today still all family. The 4 cousins are our 4 board members, and they are the 4 decision makers of this company. And they work here day to day, every day. They're all hands-on involved. Philip is managing director. His brother Neil is a viticulturist. Then their 2 cousins, Henny and Basil, or salon master, and also the other viticulturists. So all hands-on involved every day. And they understand the wine business and that wine industry. And yeah, we 1937 when this farm was bought by their great-grandfathers. So it's all on the family line. Their fathers basically started the Vab Loveren brand in the early 1980s. They started making wines for Loveren. And before that, it was mostly bulk wine. We gave it to Stellenbosch farmers. But yeah, we decided we want to do our own little thing. So a little bit about history. Traditionally, our business, 60% was UK and Europe, as is Europe, very competitive for pricing. And we then said maybe 20 years ago, let's focus on Africa. Europe, you can sell a lot of wine in Europe, but it's not easy to make money. So we then decided, let's focus. We are Africans. Our roots are in Africa. So let's focus on Africa. And the secret to building a successful brand in Africa is focus long term. You can't think 2 years, 5 years. You've got to think 20 years plus. So yeah, 4 cousins, big success story according to us in Africa. Doing really well southern parts, and now really starting to exploring the more northern sides. Nigeria doing really well. Ghana now starting to increase. We're seeing successes in Ivory Coast, DRC. So yeah, exciting for us. But our business is not only 4 cousins. We've got a lot of other brands. And also a lot of other nice, fantastic premium wine brands and vested winemakers like Jacques, focusing on that. And just a little bit about 4 cousins. It is the 4 cousins. How it started was we had an excess of basically sweet wines, and the 1.5 liter was just introduced in South Africa. That was pre-2000. And then we were sitting with wine. We looked at this new bottle and said, well, we are all about family and friends and sharing. So why don't we offer the consumer something big? They can sit around a table and share. And South African consumer likes to share. I mean, we don't want to sit and have a glass of wine on our own. So yeah, and that's where it started. And it was literally like Basil stood in the shower and he thought, yeah, nice name, 4 cousins. Yeah, let's try it. And that's literally how it started. And quite interesting, the first 10 years of 4 cousins, we didn't spend 1 rand on marketing. Everything was taste. So giving a bottle out, handing out bottles, doing tastings. And my philosophy on this is, back then, the wine, and still today, the wine consumer is actually a very small market. If you really want to sell wine, you've got this beer category, which is massive. I mean, in Africa, beer is everything. I mean, everyone drinks beer. So we decided to make a wine for the beer drinker. So when we did tastings, we didn't go to the wine section, we went to the beer section. And immediately you get a beer consumer who never liked wine, and now he's got something sweeter, lighter in alcohol. It's fantastic to drink. And immediately he buys a bottle, gives it to his wife. We already get the female sector part of it, and horizons open. So I believe we explored a new category of wine, and yeah, it's all started from there.
Welcome, and just quickly going to explain about Perdeberg, the cellar. So I'm working in the winery. I'm one of the winemakers. We are 3 winemakers. We have a winemaker in the white wine cellar that does about 14 to 15,000 tons. A winemaker in the red wine cellar, almost the same. And then I'm in the, let's call it the boutique winery, where we focus on all the top quality wines and the top quality grapes. It's about 1,000 tons. So about 600 tons white and 400 tons red. Obviously, Perdeberg are well known for in the area where we are, which is mostly dryland area. So we really try to focus here on the top sites in this area, the Parel, Swartland region. The uniqueness of it is the fact that they have a lot of water, so obviously your yield is much lower than in the unit of the areas where you are irrigation, where there is irrigation in the vineyards. So yeah, obviously the varieties that does well here is Chenin Blanc, Cinsault, Grenache Noir, Pinotage, Shiraz as well. The Cabernet we bought in from Stellenbosch, so more the cooler regions, Stellenbosch, Darling, Durbanville, and then the Sauvignon Blanc the same. We buy in from Stellenbosch, Darling, Elgin, so it depends on what works where. We are in the red wine barrel facility. About 1,200 barrels in total from 2 vintages, split 22 and 23. I'm going to take you through the winery quickly, just so that you can get a good idea of what happens here. But we try to, from a quality perspective, we try to control the temperature in here, to mature the wines at the right temperature. If it gets too hot, the wines mature too quick. So it's a bad thing for wine quality. So we have quite a lot of different styles in Chenin Blanc. We have the barrel fermented Chenin Blanc I just talked about. And then we also have Enduro, so single vineyard Chenin Blanc. So also small volume, different style of wine in the barrel fermented Chenin Blanc. We go for something that's a bit more natural, focused on one block, obviously single vineyard, from the Swartland region. Okay, so the barrel fermented is Paarl region, and the Enduro single vineyard Chenin is from actually on the mountain, Paardeberg mountain, in the Swartland region. So we have two components in the Enduro. We have the amphoras, and then we have the cement tank. We work with the forklifts to tip the bins, and then this is where the crushing and the stemming and everything happens in this part of the cellar. All the processing, there's a belt there, the grapes will go onto the belt. It will take the grapes to the stemmer and crusher, and then from there, there's a pump that will either transfer the grapes and the must to the presses on the white side and the separators. On the red, we have a sorting table, so we can make sure that only the best berries goes into the fermentation tank. We focus a lot on cooling. Obviously, that's a very important part of the winemaking process, to make sure you preserve your fruit, that the fermentation doesn't run too fast, and also out of a quality perspective, that's very important to work under cool conditions. The juice will be transferred to a fermentation tank or to barrel, and there it will ferment in the stainless steel tank under controlled temperature, or it will be in the barrel. So that's the two options we have, or the cement tank or the amphoras. On the red side, on the top you will see there's two tanks on top of each other. The top one are the red fermenters with automatic pump over system. So we can control the pump over system, the temperature. In the beginning, you wait for it to start fermenting, and then as soon as it starts fermenting, you will do pump overs every 2 or 3 hours to a certain point where you want to.